The woman had just finished swimming and was heading back to the shore when she noticed something unusual. Her husband, out of the blue, had taken off his trousers, looped his belt into a circle, and then, glancing up at the towering coconut trees, began to tie the belt around his feet. He then proceeded to climb the tall tree. She was both worried and curious. Quickly, she put her clothes on and hurried over to him, walking through the coconut grove. As she approached, she noticed coconuts scattered all around, and her confusion grew. She had no idea what her husband was up to climbing that tree. Quietly, she crept closer to the base of the tree, but to her surprise, she overheard him talking on the phone with another woman. Pretending not to hear, she called out to her husband,
Сережа!
who was still up in the tree. Startled, he quickly hung up and, nervously, explained that he had climbed the tree to pick some coconuts. The wife merely nodded, not confronting him directly. She seemed to have her own plan in mind. At night, as if nothing had happened, they sat by a campfire, enjoying the holiday. She gently stroked his forehead, acting as though everything was perfectly normal, but of course, things weren't so simple. The following morning, the woman found herself tied to a tree with ropes by her husband, who intended to leave her there to fend for herself. After a while, she managed to free herself from the vines, only to realize her husband had already sailed off on their yacht, but she didn't panic. Instead, she took all the survival tools she could find. It turned out she had already tampered with the boat. As it sped further into the distance, the rope tethered to the rock tightened suddenly, followed by a loud snap. The boat flipped over and plunged into the sea. The man was fortunate to survive. He resurfaced, gasping for air. It didn't take long for him to realize he had fallen right into his wife's trap. But that was just the beginning. His wife had already fashioned a large bow from branches and vines. She was determined to make her unfaithful husband pay a far greater price.